Is a Disney vacation a scam still in 2026? I have booked and gone on so many Disney vacations that it's probably classified as a problem. And look, my kids get super excited for a Disney vacation, and I get so excited for them. But it's not always sunshine and rainbows. You know, between the time, the headache, the amount of money that you have to put into one of these vacations, it makes you kind of feel overwhelmed. And sometimes you just have to stop and ask yourself, is it actually worth it? And why are we at Walmart? For that, if you're asking yourself that, I'm gonna tell you to stop asking questions. No, I'm actually on lunch break, and it's about the only time that I have to film anymore because I have little ones at home that don't let me have the time of day to do these types of things. When you come to Walmart, do you have to immediately go to the clearance aisle? I mean, look at these prices. Sometimes you just can't beat them. Like, you never know what you're gonna find. You never know what you're gonna run into. Like, you can run into Star Wars stuff, Super Kitty stuff down there. And it gets me thinking about price. Everyone's looking for a bargain, a steal, a vacation that will be so enjoyable that when they look back on it, they're super proud of what they paid for it. And in reality, there's not a lot of things out there that exist like that. And a Disney vacation, I'm sorry, most of the time can be one of those. But it doesn't mean it's impossible. So here's the thing. People complain about the cost of a Disney vacation, and I'm not gonna lie, it's not cheap. But they'll also turn around and go on a vacation where they spend $2 to $3 grand and they spend $20 for one margarita just to sit on a beach all day and do absolutely nothing. And sure, that might be your cup of tea, but it's not mine. Now, just because it's not mine, I'm not gonna tell you that you shouldn't do it. If that's your thing, all power to you. But in reality, you have to look at what you're getting out of a Disney vacation. But you also have to look at how people treat those vacations at the same time. At the same time I'm doing this, I'm also trying to prep for another video to do, so I'm looking for certain things. That's why I'm on the toy aisle. Don't hate on me. So getting back into it, a Disney vacation can be expensive. I'm not gonna lie, but it doesn't have to always be. If you're only looking for the highest tiered resort with the most amount of activity done and the highest tiered restaurants to go to all the time, yeah, it's probably gonna be expensive. Not experience, what am I talking about? But it's probably gonna be expensive. I can't really control that. But you also don't have to do every single thing, and you don't have to stay at the nicest, fanciest resorts the entire time. Now, if that's your cup of tea, again, that's your cup of tea. But you also have to realize, if you're gonna always go only during the times that your kids are out of school or during holidays because that's when you have time off, you're going to spend a lot of money because the expensive places only get more expensive during those times. So there are options here. You can stay at a lower tier resort or even stay completely off grounds. If you're okay with going, I might not have all the amenities that come with those types of resorts. And a lot of times what's crazy is most people don't even give themselves the time of day to enjoy the most luxurious types of resorts that have all of these amenities. Most of the time they're just so caught up in the park anyways that they're paying for an expensive resort without really utilizing what they're paying for. So it's overpriced to the point that they're not utilizing it. Not that it's just overpriced for overpriced sakes. Now, it is expensive, but they're not going after, like those expensive hotels are not going after your everyday folks. You have the opportunity to stay at lower tier resorts or the ability to stay completely off grounds or good neighbor hotels that you get some of the perks of staying on ground. And I know that was word vomit, but I'm gonna put it in there anyways. And piggybacking off of that, most people get so caught up in trying to do every single thing at the parks that it kind of pisses them off, to be honest. Like, they will spend all day making sure they utilize every second of their time because they're trying to get the most out of their money. But in reality, they're destroying the point of the vacation that they booked in the first place. The vacation is no longer a vacation. It's more like, I worked really hard for a week and a half and I need to recover again. Can I please take another vacation? So, is it really worth your time to try to squeeze out and do every single thing? Yes, you might want to be effective, but you don't have to kill yourself. And that line is very easily crossed. Just saying. But what's even crazier is that these are also the same people that will spend thousands of dollars on a cruise or beach vacation where they just sit there all day. So it's like, it's two opposite ends of the spectrum. It's either they don't want to do anything or they try to do everything. There's no happy medium. And of course, you're going to kind of crash out when you're only playing on those two spectrums. But again, if that's your vacation, that's your vacation. If that's what you like to do it. I'm not saying don't do that, but I'm saying let's not complain about both ends of the spectrum if we're not trying to find a happy medium where I take breaks when I'm at a Disney park or I do more active things when I'm on vacation. So I think it's easy to forget when you're at a Disney vacation with everything that's going on, the amount of parks you go to, the rides, the attractions, the shows, the dinners, and all of these other things that you're like, I want to see it all. And of course you do. It's wonderful, it's magical, but it stresses you out, and all the things you have to book to get things done to feel like you're actually accomplished. Instead, take a second to remember it's still a vacation. So plan out the things that you want to get done and the things that you don't want to get done, or like you can go, hey, if I don't get this done, it's not going to piss me off. At the end of the day, it's still a vacation. So do your best to go, if I can just make a checklist of things that I actually want, certain rides, certain shows, maybe things that your kids want to do, certain activities, and you go, if I can just get these 10 things done, it's a great vacation. Or it's like, I can get these things done at this park and these things done at that park. It's a great vacation. Disney's not going anywhere. And most of the time, these things that are in place stick around for 5, 10, 15 years before ever moving. So do your best to remember that you can always come back and do it again. Your job is still to take a vacation. And for some people, it's you set yourself up to fail with these types of vacation because you go, I have to get everything done. And you forget that I can still take breaks. I can still plan rest days. I can still utilize my time much differently to make sure that I get what I want out of it, not just my kids. You ever feel like when you walk into a store, it's just like super busy? It's not that way today, but this weekend it definitely was that way. I just felt like every store we went into, you just couldn't get around. And then you have 2 kids with you, so you're just like freaked out because they could run away at any point in time, or you're just like trying to get things done, but you can't seem to get things done because your kids are going crazy, there's people, it's just chaotic. And the same thing kind of goes with a Disney vacation. A lot of people will complain about a Disney vacation. They're always just so busy. There's so many people, their crowds, the lines, but they'll also book a vacation to New York, Chicago, where there's so many people in any given time, any given way. There's lines for everything. You have to book super far in advance, and you got to make sure all your reservations are done. If not, you're not going to have a good vacation. It's almost the same exact thing. And New York and Chicago, all of these places are expensive, but people go and have a great time still, and they go multiple times over multiple years, and they'll repeat and repeat again and do the same things over and over again. But when they do that, it's a life experience. But when you do it with Disney, it's a hassle and things are never changing and repeatable. But I don't think people are giving enough time of day to realize it's not just a theme park. So if I'm only going there for that, you're definitely losing your money. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to put down on a New York or Chicago vacation. I'm actually trying to do the opposite. I'm trying to correlate the two. And that I want to go to New York and I want to go to Chicago. I want to see all these great places. But I think we just get things lost in that a Disney vacation isn't just supposed to be a theme park. It's supposed to be an experience. You're not supposed to get everything done. I mean, they're sitting on, Walt Disney World alone, sitting on like 43 square miles of land, and there's 25 plus hotels and 6 or 7 theme parks and other things to do that people go, I have to just go get everything done. And in reality, even if you went to New York and Chicago, you could go there multiple times over multiple years and still never finish everything. It's the same thing with Disney. It's not meant to be lived once. You're not supposed to kill yourself because you'll never enjoy it and you'll never like it. What I'm trying to say at the end of the day is that there's good and bads for every type of vacation out there. Whether it's Disney, New York, a cruise, or a trip to the Bahamas. No vacation out there is perfect, but it might be one that's more perfect for you. Yes, Disney might be more for kids and it might be geared towards families, but don't let that stop you from seeing the positives and what can come from that type of vacation, especially if you have kids. Remember, to them, it's pure magic. For them, it's life-changing. It's the end-all, be-all, because they are just so enthralled with it. And for sometimes it's just we need to step back as parents and go, just the look on their face is worth everything I paid, all the stress, all the headache, and all the time spent. That will leave a mark like no other. Truly no other. And parents, if this video hooked you enough, get it? It's a hook. But if it hooked you enough and you think you got something beneficial from this, go watch the video on screen somewhere that gives you 10 tips to help you get through your next vacation and have the vacation of your dreams, not just your kids.